Let's break down the numbers from this past year. We'll go over this quarter, and then we'll go over the entire year and see how we did compared to last year. And then I'm gonna explain to you exactly how we did it in the sense of growing all of our revenues. So Q4 of 2024, all right? So that is October through December, all right? So we completed 545 jobs for a total revenue of $184,082. All right, that is a big thing for just 3 months. That's a great average. We averaged 337 per job, and we had a 9.6% cancel rate, okay? So we're trying to keep that cancel rate below 10%. Between 10 and 15 is kind of the ideal number here where we're trying to stick with. All right, so let's get into some of the furniture stores and exactly where all of this, I guess, revenue came from here. So Furniture Row was 106 jobs in the quarter. Woodley's was 57 jobs in the quarter. Lazy Boy was 72. We had 41 repeat customers, 22 client referrals, and then we had 85 from Google, 31 from Facebook, and then 13 from Nextdoor. So that is Q4 of 2024. Now let's see how we did for the entire thing. So the total numbers for 2024 is $728,624. That's an amazing revenue. We are striving to double that for this coming year, but let's break this down. So we did 2,115 jobs. We had a cancel rate for the entire year at 11.68%, which is not bad at all. We averaged $325 per job. And then let's get into, I guess, our stars here. So Furniture Row, we were referred 398 times of completed jobs. Woodley's was 252. Lazy Boy is 316. And then we had 195 repeat clients, 63 client referrals, which is kind of crazy because we had 22 client referrals just in this last quarter. And then Google, we did 235 clients, Facebook 196, and Nextdoor is 40. Now let's compare this to last year and kind of see what the differences are, okay? So revenue for last year was $346,456. It is a 110% jump from last year. We completed 1,339 jobs last year. We're up 58%. We had a 11.48% cancel rate, which we're up only 2%, which I don't want to be up at all, but it is what it is, maintaining that cancel rate. The average job last year was $253.67. That's a 28% jump. Furniture Row last year was, or in 2023, sorry if I'm confusing you here, 265 jobs, 50% increase. We had 239 from Woodley's, a 5% increase. 147 from Lazy Boy, 115% increase. Repeat customers, we had 90, so 117% increase. Client referrals, 29, also 117% increase. And then we had Google at 169, we had a 40% increase. Facebook was 103, a 90% increase. And then Nextdoor was 8 for a 400% increase. All right. Those are a lot of numbers I just threw at you, but that is our business for the growth for the past 2 years. You got to hear all of 2024 compared to all of 2023. Now, what did we do different to make all this happen? That is a big part of the growth. It's not just that more people heard about us. We did a lot of things to make more people see us and make more people use our service. One of the biggest reasons for our growth and our business just in general is our base. It is our furniture store recommendations. A big thing about that is we have other people selling our business for us. Now, nothing's really changed in the sense of the furniture stores other than my continual consistency of going to these furniture stores, all right? So the consistency has brought in trust, it's built the relationships, I bring in goodies, you see these things in these posts that I do. Furniture stores are a big thing, but they are consistently going up. Now they might not be going up as fast anymore, I might be hitting the peak of those, but we're gonna see in the next year to see how that really goes. Automated messages. So last year, that was when I really bumped up my messages. So I went from maybe like 6 automated messages all the way up to like 20. It was a really big increase. The whole focus was to increase our repeat clients and our client referrals, which we did a great job of. We had a 117% increase, but now this next year is the same thing, consistently growing our automated messages to stay in constant contact with our current clientele and also with possible clientele. We want to stay in their faces and make sure they know about us. Another big aspect of our growth was hiring an assistant. So I brought on somebody else to help me grow all this stuff, help me with outbound sales, help me with the back end SOPs, talking to customers, being on the trucks, just overall somebody that's just always there to be a second hand. It's hard for me to do everything and constantly be keeping consistent. Being the owner, it's very easy to just be like, I'll do this tomorrow. It's very easy to do that because who's gonna tell me that I was supposed to do it today? You know, it's just my own little head. So hiring somebody else to do a lot of these things for me made it so much easier for me to be able to focus on the bigger things, to be able to grow, but also make sure that we stayed accountable in doing those processes. Hiring and SOPs, those are big aspects. We made a lot of changes to our hiring procedures. Instead of hiring fast and firing fast, we changed to hire slow, fire fast. Essentially what that means is I don't start anybody without a 2-week period. So meaning if I interview you, you are not going to be starting for at least 2 weeks. It's no starting tomorrow. There's no starting today. There's none of that stuff. And this is how I've come across all of my problems with employees of being late, calling in sick all the time. It's always those insta hires that have the biggest problem. So I just don't do that anymore. If you can't wait 2 weeks for the job, you're not the right solution for my job, for the position. All the SOPs that we've been doing in regards of how we're training our employees, what they're being trained on, all of these aspects in the trucks, customer service, how to handle the furniture, strategizing, thinking of getting in and out of people's homes, all that stuff is written into SOPs so that way we can make it easier training for each individual employee. Another thing we added this year was auction houses. So auction houses has been a great resource in the sense of where does all this furniture go? Can we still make money off of it? All those aspects. Now we haven't been super consistent with the auction houses. We really started it over this past summer. We did a good job over the summer of going there pretty consistently, but we've kind of over the winter slowed down on it, whether it's just a process of making it happen, whether it's we're just not getting enough sellable things like that. Just overall, it's not super consistent, but in saying that, we did make $6,694 in resales, and that was our what we got, and we got a 65-35 split with the auction house. So our 65% was $6,600 or $6,700 if you want to round it up, which is a significant amount of money, especially since we haven't been doing consistently. That's a nice little additional revenue. SEO. I just started SEO this year. It really kind of kicked in maybe in April is when it really started. It's been doing a really good job in the sense of getting more clients, but it's something that I never did and I have started to make happen. My ad spends constantly going up. I try to do that at least twice a year. I do it in the summer, I do it in the winter time. I want to try to gauge how the steps of growth happen. Are we growing organically? Do I have to pay to get this extra growth? Obviously you can see with my Google, Facebook, Nextdoor, those are the big aspects that I spend money on. We're having significant growth in those aspects and we're going to continue to grow those. And then social media. I took on a plan of doing social media this entire year. Not only are we doing these videos, but we're doing our own individual content. We're posting all the time. We're interacting in these Facebook groups, whether it's the local community, whether it's junk removal groups, all the above. We're consistently being in everybody's faces to address us as the industry leader in this space. I would love to hear your thoughts thoughts on all of this stuff here. What is it that you're doing for your business, especially in the winter? What are you doing now to where you can grow your business for this year?
Somebody call Dan the man, getting furniture out of your door for sure. Uh-oh.